Hello there! Welcome back to the Psychedelic Art Exchange channel. We're really feeling the beginnings of spring here, and we have a great auction that's live right now to kick off what hopefully are sunnier days ahead. The March mega auction is open now and ends on Sunday, March 23rd at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. It's a really great one, if I do say so myself. So let's take a look at some of the stuff you can bid on.
Well, as was with our last mega sale, we have some really powerful small pieces, handbills and flyers. There was, a Velvet Underground flyer in that previous sale, and there's one here, and it seems to be a real focal point for collectors. But I wanted to start with this teeny little piece from San Diego. This is 68 Dead. This is in the Art of Rock. It's super clean piece. This is really lovely. This is the Dead in 68. This is after Anthem of the Sun. It's still that Primal Dead things developing. And, this is an early tough piece. So for, the Dead crowd out there, I would say take a close look at this. It's about as clean as can be.
Yeah, if you hold it carefully.
Yeah, and I mean, the other acts. I mean, you have Taj, Quicksilver, Mother Earth. I mean, the usual suspects. Delmar
It's a real
Fairgrounds.
60s piece.
Anyhow, another small piece is the Velvet Underground at the Boston Tea Party, and this is not the Boston Tea Party piece that we sold previously.
This was from the first time they played there, which was like only a couple of weeks beforehand, I believe. It was within like the first 6 months that the venue was open, and this was the first one. The one that we sold recently went for $2,500. Nothing to sneeze at. Looks really similar to this one,
And
but
this is even earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, any comments on where the band was at this time? Is this?
They're billed as Andy Warhol's Velvet Underground.
Right,
If that tells you anything,
it was the whole ridiculous show.
Yeah.
This is. We expect this one to go pretty hard. Anyhow,
It's very good looking. I like it a lot.
moving on to the bigger items. In our last conversation, we talked about the art of Jay Lynch and the time that Katie and I got to hang with Jay Lynch. And, we were talking about the original art, and we were talking about the sign piece that we have from him. But so now one has come up for auction, and this is this is the Janus 1969, I believe. Later in her career, things were fallen apart for a little bit. Her performances were spotty on this tour. And anyhow, but it's the cartoony art by Jay Lynch.
It's awesome.
And I can't say enough about it. Now, this is the poster that we spoke about that has the whoop. Oh, static.
Paper collectibles, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, we're very gentle. Anyhow, this has the stereo ad on the back. So this is the more common printing. It's not bad though. It doesn't look like it was folded into quarters like the other ones of the ads. It's got a little bit of issue here. It's got some waviness, but it's super thin, glossy paper, and again, it's really good poster if you are into cartoon art. And moving along into cartoon art, we have this piece that really doesn't come up at all. This was a Dead piece from what was the year? 70 was
it was from 70, yeah.
But it's a canceled show. This never happened. But it's creepy and cartoony, and
I love it.
Love this poster. Really. There's a couple pieces from this guy Daniel Klein in the sale, but this, it's got a little bit of mouse nibbles in the corner and the edge, but all of the image area is completely together. It's pretty solid piece. Yeah, we would have graded it a lot harder if the damage had gone into the image area.
Yeah, yeah. And this is also from Chicago, and it's someone who was a peer of Jay Lynch, correct? So it's all like the same scene.
Yeah, I
Or
mean, I know about that Chicago deal a little bit more about the creator of Snappy, Sammy Smoot. I can think of Skip Williamson. Yeah, Skip Williamson and Jay Lynch worked on a lot of stuff. There's a Skip Williamson piece or two in here as well. He was cartoonist, and he worked on the Playboy editorial staff as well. And Chicago was its own thing. There was that West Coast thing, and not a lot of stuff has survived. Not a lot shows up. People hunt Chicago because like New York, it's people knew what was going on. They were in the papers, in the Voice, whatever. There were other ways to find out about shows other than posters. But anyhow, it's a canceled show, but it's a cool piece.
Very cool piece, yeah.
Now moving right along, and now we have this piece from the Midwest, the Chicago piece from this festival that I guess it remains in obscurity, but it had some super cool acts on it. The WCFL Big Ten Radio Summer Music Festival.
Yeah, I guess Chicago seems to be the theme this week of
there's
things
a
that we're
bunch
looking
of
at.
stuff that's been floating in from this hard to collect area. And this, again, reason, this is so cool is because of the bands in the lineup, even though they're not on the poster per se, but it had the MC5, the Stooges, and Parliament. I mean, 1970 Parliament, that was the big, any of y'all into funk, this is ground zero for that. So
and it's also got a little cartoony, goofy drawing there.
Well, yeah, the peace sign and the guitar player. It's kind of wow.
Good stuff. Yeah, we've never sold this before. We've never seen it before. Get in on the ground floor with this guy.
So, moving along into the 70s, and this poster is in, as you can see, pretty awful condition. So, but it's Petty at like the beginning, and the Heartbreakers at the beginning of their career. So anybody saving this was not really, collecting Petty. There was no relevance 2 years into his career.
Yeah,
I don't know. Again, it's not in wonderful shape, but if you're, Petty has risen to one of the stature of legendary rock rock and roll songwriters. I mean, really. So and as an added bonus, this has some kind of obscure set list on the back that we couldn't decipher.
We don't believe it's a Petty set list.
No, I don't think so. But the signatures are great. It's for Maurice, XXXXX, Throw Me a Kiss, from Jelly Roll and Angel. I mean, come on. I think there's a whole book in stuff on the back of these posters. I've seen the strangest notes, and people have reused them for all kinds of things. So it's kind of a fun little subset.
Yeah,
but
and I'll go to bat for beat up posters. I think they're cool relics. I think they're they look like they should be in museums, and they have, I don't know. I like them.
Well, it's your punk sensibility, and and yes, of course. I mean, many people share that, the patina and all, and I don't disagree. Whatever you want to collect. But as in all collectibles, the big dollars go for pieces that are in top shape, and that's and it's, again, just having a copy of some things like that is interesting enough, depending on how deep a collector you are and what your interests are. But anyhow, and now we move on to the 1980s, which was when I saw this band, Talking Heads, and I saw them on this tour. This is '83 from the Greek Theater, where they had just recorded what
They just released Speaking in Tongues, and they were a month away from recording the shows that were then featured in Stop Making Sense, which came out in '84, the following year.
Yeah, this was a band that I tried to see every time, especially after my friends came back from the Remain in Light show, and like we're all just losing it. I was like, why didn't you give me a ticket? And they're like, and so the next time they came through, I made sure to see them. And I think it was this tour, and it was the whole thing with him in the big suit and the boom box, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. They were super fun band.
Yeah, they're one of my favorites. I wish I could have seen them.
Yeah, and Talking Heads, I mean, they're very collectible. People love them, and this is fresh, clean piece. I would, if this is something that appeals to you, I would check it out in this upcoming auction.
It's a good poster. I like it. I would bid on it. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. It's a really fun collection that we had right there. And it's all up for sale right now in our March mega auction, which again is going to end on Sunday, March 23rd at 9:00 p.m. Eastern time.
And it will be springtime. It will be springtime.
It will be springtime. Yay! All right, well, happy spring, everyone. We'll see you back here soon.